Hi everyone, it's Renee with Delaney Jane Cards. Welcome back to my channel. I thought that in 2020 we would try something new. I want to do a series called Inspired By every month, and this month I was very inspired by Mindy Eggen designs. If you've not checked out her channel, she loads tons of content. She has great designs, and she doesn't have one specific style, which I really do like about her channel. So I was inspired by a card she did on her Hero Arts card kit video. And it's this beautiful like ink blended sunset. She's very good at her ink blending, by the way. And it's got some silhouetted images and some white heat embossing, and I don't want to copy her idea. What I want to do is just be inspired by these artists all year, and I want to see if this is a series that we like here on this channel. If it is, we will continue it. So we'll see how this goes. It was also kind of a first impression of these blending brushes. I have words are hard today. Two blending brushes from the Dollar Tree. They are just makeup brushes. And then I have one blending brush from Trinity Stamps. And you can see there I used it and I rubbed it off and then checked to make sure that it was clean, and it does clean up really well on that microfiber cloth. But what I really wanted was bright, bold color. Now here with the orange, which was spiced marmalade, I did try one of the Dollar Tree brushes. I wanted to see if I would get any better of a concentrated color with that. And I guess you could build up the color and get whatever depth you were really looking for. What I really wanted was super concentrated color, so I brought out the old reliable mini ink blending brushes, blenders, foam blender things from Ranger. You can really get a lot of color down on your paper. And this is not the best paper for ink blending. I know that a lot of people like Bristol Smooth cardstock, but I did plan on coloring with my Copic markers over top of this, and I feel like I don't always get the best result if I color on Bristol Smooth with my Copics because of that vellum layer or whatever it is that's over it that makes things slippy and slidey. So I did choose to use my Nina cardstock to do my blending. It wasn't bad. It just means that you have to spend a little more time. Once you get the paper saturated with the color, you can blend on anything. It's just getting enough of the pigment down on the paper. So that's what I was doing here. And if you watch Mindy's video, and I will link her video below, it's like I said, it's a Hero Arts card kit, so it is one of her cards that's in that video. But if you watch her video, you'll see that she pretty much just put this darker color. I think she used a dark pink or kind of a magenta color at the top. I put the purple and then I covered it with the red, which is Festive Berries here, to get that more red purple tone. And then here is my ink blended panel. In real life it does look blended much better than it does on screen. So these are the two stamp sets that I'm going to be using in here. I was just checking to see if I got the right tone. I wanted that real deep, dark, concentrated color, and I was making sure that I was doing her card justice. So I'm using this Essentials by Ellen set for my sentiment, and I wanted a really empowering, inspiring card, and because I feel like her channel really is inspiring and empowering. She makes some beautiful cards, and I didn't want to just be inspired by this specific card. I wanted to be inspired by her, and she is very empowering. So what I did was I heat embossed that part of that sentiment on the black cardstock. You'll see that come back out because I do need to do that with another part of the sentiment. And then I stamped my image here, which is from the Gina K Designs Thank You Friend set. I stamped that in ink on 3 blackout ink because, like I said, I knew I was going to be Copic coloring, which isn't so much Copic coloring as it is Copic filling in, because I wanted a silhouetted image. And she did her silhouetted images with black cardstock. It was a die cut. It was a die from Hero Arts. I believe it was a die. Um, so she did hers that way, and this Inspired by series is not to copy. It's not for me to copy. It's for me to be inspired by. And I did nod to her card here with a lot of things, with the ink blending in the background, with putting the yellow at the bottom of my card, which is exactly what she did. That's where the glow comes in from her card. But as far as my silhouetted image, I really wanted this beautiful floral, and I wanted to color it in. So that's what I chose to do. Now here, this Essentials by Ellen set has a lot of really buildable sentiments in it. This is Be Strong by Brandy. It's gorgeous, and the font is beautiful, and I absolutely love it. So here I used my Scrap Perfect magic bag and dusted off my area. I have not had any issues with my embossing since I started using that. I don't know if it's some magic powder in there or what, but I do really like that one. And it's got that handle, so I don't have to touch it with my fingers, which dries out my fingers. And anyway, I stamped in Versamark ink and then used my Brutus Monroe Alabaster White and embossed this sentiment, or this partial sentiment, onto my image panel. And then here I had to bring the black back out, and I needed this a little bit additional piece to my sentiment. I decided after I laid it all out that I wanted the UR to also be on a little piece of black cardstock. So I heat set that with white embossing powder, and then I used the Scrap Perfect magic cleaning cloth thing to dust everything off. I have tried Swiffers and paper towel and my hand, and that little yellow cloth, which is super dirty and needs to be washed, does the best job ever in getting that magic powder goodness off my card, and I don't have to, wonder how I'm going to do that. And anyway, back to the card. I did put foam tape on the back of my two pieces of my sentiment that I wanted to pop up, and then before I did that, I did adhere it to a top folding A2 size card base. I usually don't score and fold these on camera because my scoreboard is old and gross, and I still don't know if I can put it in the dishwasher. I have tried scrubbing it, but it has like 20 years of yuck on it. It does a good job, and I'm going to keep it around as long as possible. So I was trying to decide where I was going to put this small piece. I thought maybe on the cross line of the T, but I really just liked it where it was, so I put it back. And then these Pink and Main gems, they are black and white in this bag. And honestly, the day I made this card, I ended up having to pick almost this entire package up off the floor. The night before I had dropped them, and I was going to vacuum them up, and they were going to be forever lost. And my friend said, "Oh, that would hurt my soul." And so I said I would, sleep on it and make a decision in the morning whether I was going to vacuum them up or not. And as you can see, I picked them all up. It wasn't that bad. So here are some still shots of my card. I would love to know what you think about this Inspired by series. I would love to know if you think I did Mindy's card justice. Now you can check her out. I will have her channel linked below. And as always, I really appreciate you stopping by. And as we say here, give cards generously. Bye! And you know what I always forget? Like, subscribe, and comment, and share. I would appreciate that. Thanks.